guys. This is the first Engineering English Club of Jenderal Sudirman podcast in 2021. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Maria Johanna. Today I will be the host of this podcast. So, in this podcast, we are going to talk about a quite famous film named Shutter Island. Shutter Island was a thriller mystery film that released in 2010, so it must be very exciting. And for those who never watched this film and still wants to hear the podcast, don't worry, guys. I'm going to give you an overview of this film so that you guys who haven't watched Shutter Island or maybe you forgot about the plot of this podcast still can understand. Okay? So, this film is about in 1954, a federal Marshal Teddy and his new partner Chuck travel from Seattle to Shutter Island to investigate the disappearance of a patient there, Rachel Solando. She had been sectioned at the Institution for Dangerous Criminals at Ashcliffe Hospital because she drowned her three kids. Teddy is a veteran World War soldier, traumatized by the war experience in the liberation of the Dachau concentration camp and the loss of his beloved wife in criminal fire. Teddy is unable to access the records of employees and patients and feels that the management by the federal facility are obstructing his investigation. Severe migraines hit Teddy as a storm hits the island, and he and Chuck discover that they are stranded. Teddy interviews the internees and follows a lead to the lighthouse, where he discloses the mystery Shutter Island. So, today I won't be alone because today Nurul will join me in this podcast. She really likes to watch thriller mystery crime flick films, so I think it's gonna be an exciting discussion with her. So, without any further ado, I present you Nurul Febrian Ikrima from Electrical Engineering.
Hello guys,
Yo. So, Nurul, how are you today?
I'm very good. I'm very good. How about you, Maria?
Yeah, kind of busy to do my homework, I guess.
Yes, it's staying with me.
So, Nurul, where are you podcasting from? Are you still at home or maybe you are in cafe or something like that?
Yes, I'm in home. You can see from my background. I'm in my room, not holiday. How about you, Maria?
Still in my room. I
Are you not
wish
going to holiday?
I have time for that. So, let's get to the topics. Uh, I kinda want to ask you something. What makes you want to watch the film? Is this because the actor was Leonardo DiCaprio, or maybe something else that makes you want to watch the film?
Okay, I will answer it. That was one of the reasons because I like Leonardo DiCaprio, and there is
Yeah.
another reason. Yeah, because basically, I like a plot twist film, everything about plot twist, and I like a genre film like a thriller or mystery. And this is one of the thriller movies, and it's kind of like a detective story too. So I feel more curious about this film. And I see a lot this film has been recommended from Twitter, Instagram, or movie blog. So this more at my curious to see this film. And then after I found out that the director of this film is Martin Shorsen, which is he was one of the most incredible filmmaker, and I have seen uh, his filmography, and I think I have to watch his film for the first time because this film is Martin Scorsese's film that I watched for the first time. And also, that like you mentioned before, because the actor is Leonardo. It's it feels like attracting me to see this movie because he's one of the most uh, famous actor in America.
And also the handsome one.
Yes, very handsome.
So, since you have watched the film, I really want to know what do you think about this film? Is there something
Um,
special about this film?
well, these films really make you crazy. This is the one of the craziest film that I ever watched until the beginning of the film until the ending. I still didn't know what's the message for the film. And if you see, this is one of film that have a lot of representations in the end. This film
So,
has, yes, this film has emerged uh, more interpreting among the watchers. So, um, and this is one of the operation new risk thriller, and like I said before, this film is have a massive plot twist, and you have to think a lot while you are watching this film.
so until now, you and many other watchers out there still didn't know what the ending is. Is that
Yes,
true?
there is two common opinion among the watchers. There is one opinion that think the main character is someone who have a mental illness who's killed his wife and his family, and just uh, he's just hallucinating about who is the killer of his wife. And the second opinion thinks that Teddy or Leonardo, the main character, is not really crazy. He just used by the mental hospital to uh, to be blamed to his wife's death. So these are very confusing ending for the watchers. And as I know, there people usually watch this film twice or maybe uh, twice or thrice. So it's not you can't just watch this film for one time because it's very hard to understand the plot. That's it, Maggie.
Damn, it takes a lot of time to understand.
Yes.
So, uh, what do you think about this film? Is it anything good in this film above the we know that the actor was Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yes. Yeah, it's one of the most popular film, and it has if you see in the Rotten Tomatoes or like film ratings, it has a high scores. So these film are very good, and you have to watch this film because I think from the character or Leonardo DiCaprio, he is really well for bringing Teddy's character to in her to his self. So you can see Leonardo is really portraying Teddy, and the other characters really help the character building for this main character, especially especially Leonardo partner, who's portrayed by Mark Ruffalo. He is portrayed a doctor who's accompanying Leonardo to find who's the patients of the mental hospital who escaped. And this the Mark Ruffalo seems to like he can balancing the acting of the Leonardo. So I like this film because between these two people, these two actors, they are really um, like supporting each other. but and also the cinematography is really it's really cool. If you have seen Martin Scorsese film, you will see that there is one angle that which make you uh, amazed, and there is a lot of dark scene in this film because this is one of noir film. Noir film is one of film that um, emerging many dark scenes in the cinematography. So that is the goods from this film, maybe I think.
So besides the actor skills that doing their role and their screen and their rating, is there any bad things in the film, or is there any things that you think that can be improved in this film?
Actually, there is for me. I can't judge. I can't give this film uh, bad or not because it comes from the audience. It depends on audience. So for me, this is one of film that cannot be enjoyed casually. Especially if you are not very common with this film. If you are not very common with plot twist film or thriller or psychological thriller, it's not. Maybe you might be boring in the first in the start in the beginning of the film. But if you like, if you have watched like detective, thriller movie, or plot twist, you will be enjoying, and you need to be more concentration. You need to be concentrate along this film because we cannot enjoy this film uh, casually. We have to focus because uh, like I said before, the story was very hard to understand, and you have to think to guess what is the message of this film, what is the plot, what is actually the filmmaker wants to bring to us. So um, that maybe not a bad, but if you don't like this kind of film, you need to be more. You have to you have to watch this film many times because it's hard to understand. This film is hard to understand.
So it's not a film for us while we are chilling or relaxing. Yeah. So on the next question, what's your impression about the characters in the film? Maybe you can start from the Teddy, the Tux, or maybe the member of the medical institution there.
Okay. Every roles in this film are very attractive. They have their own they have their own uniqueness, especially Teddy. If you see this film, Teddy was a Batman before. He was a soldier who have killed people, so many people. And in this
Yeah.
film, it seems like you will see him like his strange person with a strange character. So you will not see his brutality or his dark side of him. In this film, he seems like he's the one who targeted who is the one who targeted by other characters. Because in this
So
character,
so
sorry,
at first we will think that Teddy is a victim of others gitu.
in yes, especially in the end of the film, you will see Teddy is uh, someone that don't know anything about what happened.
Mm, okay.
And if you, but in the beginning, you really being confused by every character because it's like every character has two face. Like they are not really a good person. You can guess he is a good person or not because everything seems dark. Every character seems like uh,
So
you
you can
can
trust anyone in this film, right?
yes you can you can see character what he really is. He is the protagonist or the antagonist.
Okay. Okay. Into the next question. In editing side or maybe screening side, what do you think about the animation or the editing? Is there any scene that makes you uncomfortable about it?
Yeah, for actually I don't really understand about cinematic, but as a audience, um, I feel so amazed with the cinematographic because this film was like you mentioned before. This film was fought in the 1940, 1950. So you will see uh, this and if you ever see this film took place in an island, an isolated island. So if you just watch this film, you can know what this film is, what the genre of the film. Everything are every scene are very supporting about this story because we know this is a mystery thriller movie and every scene make you trigger. Every scenes make you feeling like uh, it's very dark and you can guess what is it. And one of the most uh, scene that I remember until now is in the first when Teddy and his partner just departed, just arrived in the in that island. There is one old granny who looks like not who looks like a monster maybe. It's not really like a human. And yes, this is and that makes the first impression of the movie. This film is going to be like sadistic or uh, like a horror movie. I think in the first it was a horror movie, but it's not really. But you will get trigger if you are watching this movie all along this movie from the start until the end. Every scene is really unpredictable.
I couldn't imagine. All of a sudden,
Yes,
I
you
met
can
a
see
lady like that.
the old granny.
Yeah, it's kind of scary though. So, since you say that this film is good and something like that, will you recommend this film to anyone?
Yes, definitely.
And if you can rate this, how many stars will you give? Let's say from 0 to 10, what stars will you give?
I think it's 8.5, especially when you like a thriller movie, a detective movie, or plot twist movie. You will be enjoyed to seeing this movie. But if you never watch this, I really recommend this because actually it's not really hard if you focus to this film. It's not like other plot twist film that more hard. I think like Inception. I have been watched that 5 times maybe, But this film, for I think for a plot twist film, it's not really hard to understand this movie, but you have to really focus on this film. You can watch it like watch a romance movie or a drama movie. It's not.
So we must concentrate from the beginning
Yes,
until the end.
very focused about the detail of this movie because every detail has sometimes every part of this film are like they talk about what the ending of this film. It's like a puzzle.
Okay. Speaking of focus or concentrated in the film, do you think this film is recommended for people who rarely watch this kind of film? Do you
Yes,
think they can understand that?
yes, you will understand this movie. I I can I can't give. Yes, I know this is it's not really hard, but like I said before, if you focus to this movie, you will understand it. And this is one of a plot twist film that you have to watch in entire your life. It's like maybe warm up to another next level plot twist film because there is a lot plot twist film that lot that more harder than this film.
Okay. And Nurul, since you really likes thriller, mystery, crime like movie, do you know any other film like this, or maybe films that you recommend to watch for us that likes those kind of genre?
Yes, there is a lot movie genre like this, especially if you searching for a filmmaker, Christopher Nolan or Stanley Kubrick, or if you have ever watched that film, you know they are one of director that has bring a film like this. And I really recommend one film from Christopher Nolan. It's it's titled Interstellar. If you ever heard that film, that's a really great film. It's real. It and for me as an audience, if you watch a film, sometimes you know this is Christopher Nolan film, this is Stanley Kubrick films, or this is Martin Scorsese films, because they have their own uniqueness in every films that they make.
Okay.
And like I said, I recommend you to watch Interstellar and to watch another director, uh, Stanley Kubrick, for his film. Its title is Fight Club. And sometimes plot twist film took a long duration, like 3 hours. It could be 3 hours or 2.5 hours, because usually this kind of film has a very slow plot. So you have to be patient to the twist.
They, I wish I have more time to watch those kind of films.
You should.
Okay. So in short, like Inception, Shutter Island is not a typical film that can be enjoyed casually. It requires more concentration to understand it. Yeah. So thank you, Nurul, for joining us in this podcast. Thank you for
Thank you so
answering
much.
a lot of
Oh,
questions. Thank you very much for giving us recommendation too. Thank you, Nurul.
yeah, thank you. Sorry for my lags. Thank you, Maria. Thank you.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. We are still learning too. No one is perfect. So for others who wants to see more podcasts of EC, stay tuned uh, in our future podcast. Follow our IG page to get more updates. Please stay healthy in this pandemic situation, and I will see you next time. Goodbye, everyone.
Okay, goodbye.